Mr. Walton, did you make contact with aliens? Were you taken to another planet, to a mothership? How did they communicate with... Can you tell me what they look like? Can you tell me how many of them there were? Were you given food?
But the teachers are alive. They're not books. They are the very living essences of nature itself.
What a strange person.
Unbelievably powerful supercomputer that's running our reality, and we don't have a clue as to how to operate it.
So when maybe you or somebody else creates an AGI system and you get to ask her one question, what would that question be?
What's outside the simulation?
Say in your mind, say to yourself, I am more than my physical body, because I am more than physical matter. I can perceive that which is greater than the physical world.
Do not know all the answers to the questions about reality. Do not claim to know the ultimate truth about life. I seek that which has been made hidden as a part of a family amongst lords of consciousness. I'm the void one.
Welcome to Lighting the Void.
Broadcasting from New York, upstate, near the Great Lakes, it's Lighting the Void. And I'm your host, Joe Roop. Tonight it's Cosmic Conditions with Mary Ducina. It is Tuesday. The new moon is here. The 11th on into the 12th. It's midnight here on the East Coast, and we're live on the Fringe FM, KTLK Digital Broadcasting Network website is fringe.fm. Call-in number for tonight when Mary starts taking your calls will be 1-800-588-0335. We have 4 lines. If you can't get through, keep trying. Keep calling back. Website for our show is lightingthevoid.com, and this show wouldn't even be possible without our supporters. So if you want to support the show, please go to the website, click on the donate button there, or make a one-time donation, join the Patreon, or grab some swag from the shop. We're still selling altar boxes too, the ultimate magician's tool. And if you can't do any of that, just tell everybody that you listened to the show, you loved it, and spread the word. All right, so I don't think I have any other announcements other than it's getting closer for me having to move, other than the contact at the cabin in Arizona, which was a weird synchronicity, by the way. But if you just go to groundamerica.ca, go to events, you'll see the event that I'm speaking at there in February. The spots are limited. Make sure you guys sign up as fast as you can, ASAP. All right. So Mary Ducina is here with us. We've been doing this show, Cosmic Conditions, for a while. It is wildly popular now. We do it every new moon. And Mary Ducina is the mother of the show, the mother of Lighting the Void, and the ultimate psychic lady, witchy woman, the lady that was born on Halloween, the lady that you know that always makes your life so much better, or at least tells you what's up for real. And you can go to her website at maryducina.com, MaryDusina.com. Mary, good, it's good. God, it's good to have you back.
Thank you, Captain Joe. Happy Taurus season, everybody. You light walking, void walking wonders. You're- oh, Lord. What an intense time. Before I forget, because I do always forget, on Facebook, my public page is called Cosmic Conditions, the name of the show that Joe and I kept reincarnating for the last, it'll be 3 years in July, Joe. 3 years that you and I have worked together.
Well, I'll be damned. That's a long time.
Yeah. She be loyal. She be loyal.
Yeah. It's a long time. 3 years.
It's well, when you that speaks to this month's energetic frequency of the first 6 elemental energies of Taurus the bull. So people like to eat a lot of beef. A lot of people do, not vegans, of course, but when especially my male compadres, they like to get that steak. They like to have meat on their pizza and meat on their subs and meat in the Italian dishes that I make for my friends. So I always kind of associate the bull, the cow, the dairy cow, for those of you that like your ice creams and your yogurts and your creamers, and the oxen and just everything that has to do with that 4-legged hoofed creature that's part of the totem for Taurus, the sign of Taurus. Taurus itself is ruled by Venus. Taurus is a yin frequency, though, because Venus rules Taurus and Libra. So Venus rules over a feminine yin energy called Taurus, and Venus also rules over a yang masculine energy known as Libra. So when Venus governs, out of all 12 zodiac signs, when Venus governs Taurus and Libra, and when those seasons come up each year, our mind is on desire. Our mind is on pleasure seeking. We can get a bit obsessed and a bit possessive about the things that turn us on or the pleasures that we like to self-care with. So we can tend to think about our favorite foods, our favorite pastimes, the movies that always make us feel good, the music that lifts our spirit up, the nature elements. Sometimes you'll be drawn to the shoreline. Other times you've just got to get out to the red rocks, or you've got to get to the lush greenery of mountain waterfalls. And it has a lot to do with how do I, without anyone else, how do I help myself to feel secure, to feel grounded? It's an earth sign. It's Mama Earth, Mother Nature. So this is about the nature of our own ability to create security even in the midst of an emotional tornado or a financial volcano. And yeah, I wanted to point out, Joe, that what's different about the Taurus season of 2021 that we're at now versus May of 2020. In May of last year, we were talking about, because of the shutdowns and the lockdowns that were ramping up around St. Patrick's Day, in between the Ides of March and St. Patrick's Day, by mid-May, a lot of people, certainly in this country, and my English clients were in the UK, were talking about, surely it's going to lift up now. Flu season is over. Surely I'm not going to have to wear a mask a long time, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And this year, just in the last couple of days when the moon was in the sign of Aries, we had the pipeline across the eastern seaboard get hacked by what they call a ransomware, dark, whatever it is, gang, shut it down. And they're demanding a cash ransom. And so when you think about Taurus and you think about the earth resources, talking about fossil fuels, but what does it do when the supply line, and I'm in a little town in Tennessee, and I went out today and got gas. Didn't fill up like separate gas cans and all that like I saw, but North Carolina's already in trouble. That's right next door to here. But I went out with my neighbor and filled up the car just because I was on a quarter of the tank, not because I don't have faith. But when we think about the fuel in our cars and the airlines that are now already getting rerouted to not be coming into eastern airport terminals because of the fear of the shortage or the overusage on the eastern seaboard right now. So what we have going on this year is, if we don't have the supply, if we had the supply lines interrupted of the big truck and the airlines and your Amazon packages and those kind of trucks and FedEx and the stuff that's rolling across the country from west to east most of the time, then what happens? Then we think about the Taurus things: my food, my fuel, and the price of things. So what we've got going on right now with the sun in Taurus, right next door to the unexpected anomalies of the planet Uranus, also in Taurus, and just on May 3rd, we had the asteroid energy of Aries. Think about that with cereals. So it has a lot to do with grains that go into the sign of Taurus. So what we have right now with this new moon is we have no fire. We have no fire, which is interesting. The only thing that's actually transiting in fire is the South Node, a.k.a. in Ayurvedic astrology known as the dragon's tail, and that has a lot to do with our chosen beliefs and where we feel judged and where we are judgy. So the only thing in fire right now is how do your core beliefs spiritually, how do your sacred spiritual anchors help you to rise above external earthly chaos? Because that's what Taurus is teaching us. Imagine that you're back, and the other thing is the Middle East is flaring up. And I just posted that on Cosmic Conditions page. Israel was incorporated into the sign of Taurus, the bull. Israel's having trouble with both Syria. We got problems with Syria. We got problems with Palestine. Palestinian chart is Scorpio. Those are opposites. And they often war with each other over what? Residential rights. This is my land. You can't live there.
Money.
I'm going to take that. Yeah, the Gaza Strip. So right now, that's in the news. The flow of supply, the whole fight over the green energy of let's train the common people, we the people, to do with less on the power grid and electricity. And look, see, gas is going up, so you need to agree with us on electric batteries and ion batteries. And when you really do research into that as an engineer, you realize how that's not good for the environment at all if one of those batteries melts down. So we've got this division that I believe that we, the people, need to get more congruent and stop the judgy and stop when you're trying just to be a kind earth citizen human being that somebody else is snapping back at you in 2021 that you don't have a mask on or you didn't do this or you didn't do that. It's just like, you know what? You need to open the vault of your kindness. So, and Joe knows me. A lot of you know me. I'm all about telling somebody that they better pump their brakes and back it up. But I will specifically address where it was that they pushed that wrong Scorpio button. I never start it, but I know how to tie it up and put a bow on it and tell it like it is. So I've been working with mystically and spiritually and in my prayers and affirmations and intentions since last year. One of my discernment skill sets that my guides and my divine source presence angels talk to me about in my dreams and my ceremonial meditations. I amped up my self-hypnosis exercises and my shamanic journeys by myself and Mother Nature to get out of body in a natural way and to receive instruction, both from my ancestors and my sacred holy guides and angels. And that the repetitive message that kept coming is that, do you not realize, and isn't it time that everybody that is of a human type of creature realizes they are spirit, they were brought forth from spirit, they're walking around in an earth-sheath temple, and it's time with this pandemic that we realize what really holds value, what really holds worth, how we can start to secure and balance our emotions and where our psychological self goes wonky, and we think we're right and we become right fighters and we're out there, I'll protest this and I'll get all amped up over that. Taurus is saying to us, now that we've officially opened up eclipse season, because we have our first supermoon, blood moon, total lunar eclipse coming up in the third week of May, hitting the fire sign of Sagittarius. This is about anchor yourself. Anchor yourself. The planets have been forward. Jupiter's going into Pisces on the 13th. That's a sweet spot. Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces are going to help us get over our own lazy, avoidant, procrastinating, whiny, grumbly fear things that are going on. So we have keys. The vision that I got is that we're being gifted some keys to unlock our subconscious. And so that's good because we tend to let the subconscious run things in an unconscious way. Our conscious mind is 5%. The subconscious mind is 95%. Yeah, look that up. Look that up. Carl Jung figured that out. So what's happening right now is Pisces is saying, calm it down. You're at a nice, glistening shoreline. It's springtime in the Northern Hemisphere. Things are beginning to grow. Taurus is about don't push me, don't rush me, don't tell me what to do. I will do it as it feels right to me. I want to secure my home. I want to cook. I want to go around friends. I want to break bread, have a glass of wine. I want to just enjoy the simple, seemingly pleasures of life that really hold the most worth. Those people that help you raise your vibrations, those people that gift you encouraging words, those people that are authentic, those people that are loyal. There's another Taurus quality. An evolved Taurus energy in each of our star charts is where we are anchored in loyalty, where we're anchored with compassion, where we are the most patient. Whatever house and planets that you have in the sign of Taurus, is where you're going to be more willing to look at both sides of an equation and pace yourself and be more patient with another person's angst or desire. So it has a lot to do with how can we sensually engage in this life? When's the last time you really gazed into your parents' or your child's eyes and just really kind of did a third-person backup type of a thing when you're around your son or your daughter or one of your parents or one of your favorite relatives, because we all have the ones that irritate us and wear the hairs off the goat's ass. So if you can get around someone that you know what a gift they are in my life, with all the topsy-turvy, and sometimes I've had discipline to give, and sometimes I've had to be told to pump my own brakes. Those rich people, your grandparents, your aunts and uncles that are favorite, even reminiscing with Venus being involved on what we gained as a lesson from some of our past lovers. Even though it might not have been something that stayed with you, what was it that you valued as an attraction point to draw you into the flame of desire with that person? And even if it didn't go the way you would have wanted to write the script or the story, what is it that you still sit there, even in sometimes a cesspool or a fury of frustration? What is it that you still think, I still think that's the best thing about him or her? I really do like that quality in that guy or that girl or whatever the heck you're into nowadays. So it has a lot to do with, even though we have high tides and low tides, what is it that opened up your treasure chest of sensuality and touched you in a way that maybe opened up some core vulnerability? And anytime our core vulnerability gets opened up and nudged, poke that tiger that we try to protect all the time.
Mary, you're sounding really distant here. I don't know. Losing
better?
You.
Is that better?
It's a little better.
Okay, it's up to my ear now. Sorry, folks, my AT&T landline went down, so Joe and I are going to have to work with your good vibrations on this cell phone working. And remember, I live in the woods and in the mountains, so we're all going to send good vibes. You can get your horoscope.
Right.
Well, void walkers know how to put the mojo on now. So I'm asking for the audience, and I'm asking for the chat room, and I'm asking for everybody to send that golden light. So let me run through a couple things about Taurus. Medical astrology. Taurus rules the neck, the thyroid gland, and it rules where your neck connects into your shoulders. So it has a lot to do with when we, like the ox, are feeling like we're a beast of burden, or we're carrying a heavier weight on our shoulders, or something or someone we're claiming or we're whining is the pain in the neck. The other region that we say is later on for Scorpio. So Taurus has a lot to do with sound, the voice. It has a lot to do with how sound and music can heal you. Normal Taurus colors are sky and woodland colors. So those lush greens, the emerging lime greens of your lawn growing and the leaves unfurling. And one of the exercises that I taught in Florida a lot of times at my in-person seminars was for Taurus. I wanted to give a really simple, easy to do, affordable, because it's Taurus. You've got to make sure it's a good price, exercise for grounding. Next time you go into a big box store, or you want to go into the lawn and garden department of one of those big box stores or the dollar store, just go stare at the seeds. Just go stare at all those seed packets. There's a row of vegetables, and there's fruit, and then there's flowers. And if you want to find out what your 2021 spring color, spring taking you all the way into summer solstice, stare at those packets and just do an open-eyed meditation, become pensive, and let your eyes focus on which vegetable is. I'm not saying you have to buy it and plant it. I do, because I take it into a mystical realm. I like to get my hands in the dirt and be grounded in Taurus. But look at what vegetable, what color is it, what's the name of it that you're drawn to, and do the same thing with the flower packet. What flower, even though you may know a whole bunch of those flowers, maybe it's one you grow every year, maybe it's one you never even knew what it was about. Just kind of make a little note. Take a picture of it with your cell phone, that seed packet if you don't want to buy it, and your vegetable, and look at those colors. And then when you get home, look up on the internet, what is the mystical significance of that flower, that vegetable, those colors. And then you'll find out what your energetic auric shield color is. That's a mouthful. For spring into summer of this year. Now, birthday. Those of you that are born under the fixed sign, or you have a fixed sign ascendant rising sign, if your birthday, obviously it's the Taurus new moon. So if your birthday was yesterday, today, or tomorrow, this is a very significant birth year solar return happening for you. A lot of progress, a lot of beginnings. If you're a Scorpio that's born between the 11th and the 14th of November, because that hits 21 degrees, then this is the time where you, particularly of all the October, November Scorpios, those Scorpios that have an 11 degree to 14 degree sun sign or rising sign, this is the time for you to look at what's your to-do list with your significant other. So this is the time for you to look at, if you're not involved with someone intimately, what qualities do you deem, here comes that Taurus word, worthy, valuable, and what do you need to upgrade that you bring to the table of a significant relationship? So for Scorpio, it's about intimacy, desire, partnership. For Taurus, it's about your new year, your solar return, and beginning again. Now, if you're an Aquarian, if your birthday falls between the 9th and the 10th of February, or if you're a Leo that's born between the 13th and the 14th of August, those four signs at those very specific dates are the most spotlighted and illuminated for the next month. As we go from new moon to new moon. So it's very powerful for you, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Scorpios, born at those times. And when this gets archived up on YouTube, on the Lighting the Void channel, you'll be able to take notes. I had several clients today, Joe, email me saying, I got my notepad ready. I'm going to take notes for the show tonight. So I think that's very respectful and very smart. So the vault of knowledge that opens for May of 2021, I know you got to go to break soon, that's that as of the 14th, Mercury enters its shadow period. It's going to go retrograde on the 29th. We're going to have on May the 23rd, Saturn's going to turn retrograde. We've got Venus and Mercury right now pairing up in the sign of Gemini. And one of the luckiest days of this month is going to be May 12th. Hey, we just started it. And May 13th, because Mercury in Gemini is kissing up real nice to Saturn in Aquarius, so that favors Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and if you have those rising signs. And then on the 13th, when Jupiter is going to enter Pisces, and it has not been there for 12 years. So if you're a Pisces, Pisces rising, Virgo rising, it's been since 2009 that the most beneficial celestial influencer has been in the sign to help you correct what's gone sideways or what's gone sour, or if there's specific healing that you need at a soul level, at a psychological level, if there's addictions that you know you need to face, if there's some things you need to overcome with your physical health. This starts between May 13th and July 28th, a really significant time to get that therapy, to get that holistic or medical procedure started. This is a really good time for that. And if you are Taurus, you're going to find that you're drawn to specific colors and times that are going to be sky colors, tree colors, and I would love to see you all get out into nature. I really would. I know we have to go to break, Joe, so I'm going to take a pause and let us do that. But I really feel this is the time for you to think about a couple of 3 words for themes. Ask yourself, what makes me feel secure right now? And am I able to do that for myself? What do I now feel is very rich in my life that grants me a feeling of worthiness? And what do I feel that I genuinely bring to the table in my friendships, with my family, in my business life that celebrates and exhibits integrity, commitment, loyalty, and lets me give value? That's Taurus.
All right. So we got a few more signs to go through after this, right? And then we'll start taking your calls. Yep. So we'll be right back with Mary Ducina, guys. Stay with us. More Cosmic Conditions coming up.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
The truth is out there, and so are we. KTLK, Digital Broadcasting, The Fringe FM.
Want to support Lighting the Void? Just go to lightingthevoid.com, sign up on our membership page, and pick your package where you can get exclusive content, readings, and exclusive behind-the-scenes content. Also, check out the LTV shop where you can get your very own altar box, t-shirt, shack, hoodie with sigil, Roswell-style t-shirt, racerback tees, socks, long-sleeve shirts, stickers, and beanies. Keep Lighting the Void airing 5 nights a week by going to lightingthevoid.com and support today.
Is that a new music app?
Yeah, check it out. Surfer Music Discovery. It links to thousands of online stations, but the twist is you see the song names and artists that are now playing live.
That's different. No guessing. Looks like a waterfall of music.
So many formats. Rock, oldies, country, R&B, jazz, and a whole lot more.
How's that spelled?
Surfer. S-U-R-F-R.
Is it expensive?
It's free. No need to sign up or sign in.
Get the Surfer Music app free from Google Play or the App Store.
Telepath is a weekly digital newsletter filled with the latest paranormal news, trending topics, and fresh articles from some of the most popular critical thinkers in the community today. Stay informed on your favorite paranormal podcasts and live streaming talk shows. Interact with the Telepath and upload your paranormal story or pics. It could be featured in an upcoming edition. Sign up right now for the free Telepath newsletter at paranormal.radio. That's paranormal.radio.
Lighting the Void and the Esoteric Scholar present the Altar Box, crafted and designed for magicians by magicians. Now you can take your practice with you. This beautifully handcrafted mobile altar opens and works as an altar for any of your spiritual, religious, or ritual practices. Made to travel and work in small spaces, the Altar Box comes with hidden compartments for your practice tools and accessories. The Altar Box also comes with a dark scrying mirror for scrying and reverses and fits perfectly also as a chalkboard for any sigil, symbol, or whatever you see fit to sketch. The Altar Box is handcrafted to carry as a small suitcase, so you may take your practice with you, and the hinges are made with solid material and hinged with leather and rivets for extra strength. The mirror piece and floor plate fit perfectly when closed, so no movement will happen. Use it in small places as well. You can practice meditation, magic, planetary magic, sigil magic, scrying, ritual. Never be without your practice tools again, no matter the setting or where you go. Just go to lightingthevoid.com/altarbox and get yours while the sale lasts.
To the questions about reality. I do not claim to know the ultimate truth about life.
back to lightingthevoid.com. It's Cosmic Conditions. We're in the new moon of Taurus. And Mary, I'll just go ahead and let you pick up where you left off. Thanks for being patient with us during the break. When we do open the phone lines up, it's going to be 1-800-588-0335. I know Mary's probably going to finish what she's got to say about the moon and just go through the signs and all that jazz. So, floor is yours, Mary.
Thank you, honey. Just to recap, the new rich are those of us that are going to be better proactive survivalists. So you don't have to panic and you don't have to fear the end of the world and the sky is falling. But the new rich are going to be people that actually have that herb garden, start growing some kind of food that you know you like, that you really like watermelon or you really like carrots or you really want to grow some herbs, because at least that's saving you money. Once you plant the $3 plant or the $1 packet full of seeds, you know, that's you actually feeling, Taurus, a little more in control of things. Taurus and Cancer are the signs that want to keep a little bit of a tighter grip on what they feel they've built up or they've invested in. With Taurus, with the earth signs, we talk about and use financial terms. So is it a debit? Is it a credit? Have I invested this much time, that much money, and have that now because I did that and I put up with this and I put up with that and I'm not giving it up. So the shadow side of Taurus is they can tend to turn a blind eye and get into an avoidant denial of how crappy their personal life can be when you've got a strong Venus in Taurus, Moon in Taurus, the Moon's exalted in Taurus, or you're a Taurus rising or a Taurus sun sign. So sometimes Taurus or Cancer, they can become their own self-defeating instruments because they don't want to let go. It's like they can't trust that the future could actually be an upgrade, or they could evolve. They could have good resources and they could still continue to have a nice earthly material building upon, piggybacking upon what you've already trained yourself to be, educated yourself to be, trained over the years in a certain work application. But Taurus tends to turn their head backwards more. They tend to be most haunted by their childhood, the dynamic relationship of what worked or didn't work with their parents and the financial aspects and stresses of that, where Cancer is more affected, the sign of Cancer Moonchild is more affected by how their mother was or wasn't to them, or what their mother went through in trials and tribulations. That affects the Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising, Cancer Sun sign more. And so that's what seeps in to their emotional, psychological dynamic in a relationship. So for Aries, I want to tell you, Aries, Taurus is the sign right after yours. So you're stepping into a world of investing in yourself. And I want to say that with Jupiter going into Pisces, which is Aries' 12th house, there are some supernatural, holy, sacred, invisible assets that are going to be boosting your external earth life self-worth. So there's revelations that are orbiting around you that will actually be like in the tarot, one of the ace cards, where there's a hand issuing forth from the heavenly realms, the clouds, to give you the key or the cup or the wand or the sword, the next brighter, stronger beginning. So it is a time, Aries, for new beginnings. You can expect expansion and new growth. The last time Jupiter was in Pisces, again, 2009. Think about that. The last time the eclipse cycle was bouncing around in Gemini, Sag, Gemini, was 2 times. 2011, and then going back the full 18 and a half years, 2002. So if you all just jot those years down, this first eclipse, the flower full moon, the ascended master's moon, it's a blood moon, the earth will go into the shadow, and so that's what's going to cause it to look certain shades of copper or red. It's going to be a supermoon. It's closer to the earth. I think it's the big game changer of the season of spring going into summer. Lunar eclipses last 90 days. So this full moon, write this down, this full moon that occurs in the 3rd week of May at 5 degrees of Sagittarius puts us all on a vision quest. Where is the start of our journey as a pirate, as an archaeologist or an adventurer on vision quest, or a knight or a queen or a princess? Is going to be the Sagittarius zone, the Sagittarius house, the room of Sagittarius in your star chart, in your earth birth natal chart. And I can help you figure that out. That's what I do. And then the full moon that comes up in mid-September is going to be the actual other side of the bridge of adventure. We've got a bridge that's arching, starting with the third week of May, and it takes us on journeys emotionally, financially, professionally, all of us in the Sagittarius fire sign into the middle of September when that full moon, when the sun's in Virgo, rises in Sagittarius. So if you'll just jot that down in your journals and your appointment books, put it in your phone, that's the key to the astrological cycle. So for Aries, again, you need to think about what you value and what or who is valuing you or not valuing you. So if someone is not investing enough interest in you, if someone is not seeing the richness of you, Aries, if someone is wanting to take more than they give, so we've also got the tarot cards right now of Venus. So we've got the scales of justice because Venus rules the sign of Libra. The other tarot card for this Taurus new moon is the Hierophant because, like in Fiddler on the Roof, when he sings that song, and you've seen it in plays, and a lot of bands will play this around the country, concerts and operas, when he sings tradition. So it's got to do with our real ancestral cultural traditions. Were you raised in the South? Are you over in New Zealand? Are you a Northerner? You notice that cultural shift when you move somewhere that you're not from. So when you go from the South and you go up to New York or you move out to California, whoa, big shift change. So you realize that your cultural held values, Taurus, values, core beliefs. So we've got the South Node in Sagittarius. So our core beliefs, are we being too judgmental of others or ourselves? Are we too harsh with ourselves and feeling that we're not, here it comes, worthy or rich enough with what we already have in this life? When you feel like things aren't going well, start counting your blessings, counting riches, debits, credits. That's Taurus. So this week, Aries, the new moon is in your second house, and this new moon in Taurus is an invitation. It's a key that unlocks the door for you to begin to relate to the material world in a whole new way. So your money, your cash, your assets, your income, what you sell, what you want to invest in, what you want to grow in your life garden, your self-worth, your value systems. This is your emotional connection to both what you already have, Aries, and whether you realize it or not, at a spiritual, psychological level, it's activating and determining not only what you get or receive, but how you are treated by others. So it's forming a kind of subtle, psychic, but very crucial doorway, portal, and how you're navigating the material world. So I really feel this new moon and Jupiter going into Pisces is helping you revalue everything, stop selling yourself short, if that's what you've been doing, and also to see yourself in a relationship to what you have, what you earn. That's going to be the game changer. So you're tapping into invisible assets. That's what you're doing. If you're Taurus, happy birthday. Make 3 wishes. Begin something new. Refresh your future. You can get stuck, all of us, in the Taurus part of our chart. It's where we're stubborn. It's where we're the bull that doesn't want to leave that familiar pasture. It's that part of us in our chart that says, I don't want to, and you can't make me. So we can really become the bull. I mean, we become very bullish and very the work oxen in that area of our chart. So learn where your Taurus chart is, because that gets activated every year in late April and May. So the new moon is going to be a little difficult for some people with Taurus because you're unveiling yourself, you're ensuring your outer you is reflecting the inner one. So you got to update your look, refresh your image, stop being lazy about your physical appearance. If you're feeling tired, if you're feeling shuttered, if you're trying to escape lockdown, fatigue, or paranoia, then you need to get motivated to rejuvenate, relaunch. You're really the butterfly emerging from the chrysalis. So the cocoon phase was primarily the last 12 to 16 months, and now you got to let go of that old makeup, embrace a new look, fresh face forward, facing forward, Taurus. That's what you've got to do. And when Jupiter goes into your 11th house, you're weeding and feeding your social garden, and you're going to grow some new friendship flowers. So groups, association, parties, Don't say that's not my scene, or don't move back into that cocoon or that home box set. Don't do that. The ivory tower thinking isn't going to work well for you. So you either step up to the plate and accept the new beginnings, or you stay in a rut in the same old pasture, and eventually you'll eat all that grass and you're going to be hungry. You're going to be emotionally hungry, Taurus, if you don't move forward. Okay, or at least be willing to admit the pluses and the minuses. If you're Gemini, okay, you got to rinse off the past, rinse and repeat, because Taurus is your 12th house. So you're in a planning phase right now, Gemini, even though Mercury is happy in the sign of Gemini. Remember that Gemini are the winds of change, fresh breezes blowing in opportunities. So for Gemini, I want to say go big or go home. It's a reframing of your past, 12th house, to break free of cycles where blockages or you're doing self-defeating behaviors or patterns that set you up or back you up from success. So the story this week is that your ruler, Mercury, meets up with the North Node by the 10th, 11th. So that just happened for you. I'm looking at my notes. So when you get to the 12th, 13th, somehow something that was a problem or a tether or a leash on you now will no longer have the power over you that it used to. So you're going to break free from other kind of personal, intimate lockdowns, especially as you go toward the 19th through the 22nd. So if someone or something has had a negative influence on you, you're going to be able to see that for what it is as well. So you're going to need to big up your ambitions. Jupiter is going at the top of your chart, the midheaven. So this is about promote, market, and don't make big promises, Gemini, with those silver-tongued words. Instead, be able to back it up. So you better not overbook or overschedule yourself, because it's going to be hard to deliver on the promise. So for Cancer, the past will no longer dictate your future. You will have to let go of some things. That's not easy, Krabby Patty, to unhook those Cancer claws. You do need to set some intentions. I feel like your dream work, your meditation work, you won't have to do drugs or prescriptions or even plant-based medicines to get out of your body. Cancer rules the dream world, and I feel like if you'll just start really journaling some of those dreams or taking a request into the Dream Lodge, you'll find your answers. So opportunities, solutions, and freedom only come to you, Cancer Moonchild, if you're willing to put a little spotlight and look for them. So it's 3 major events are going to help you step free of the past cycle and more into a place where the old rules no longer apply. Mercury's meeting with the North Node right now as we speak. So someone from the past, some things from the past, some realizations about past hurt can really unlock you. You looked at it and you're going to say things to yourself like, oh my God, I never looked at them or that in that way before. I'm done. I'm unhooked. They can't play games with me anymore. They can't dangle the carrot. They can't give me empty promises. I'm out. Peace out. So with Jupiter going into Pisces, that's number 2 and 3. This brings forth wishes. It's been since 2009 that you've had the great planet of fortune roll across in a favorable trine, in a favorable aspect astrologically, and also the full moon eclipse that's coming up on May 25th, 26th. That's going to be the nutshell that cracks open that says to you, while you're sleeping, your conscious mind, the only thing holding you back, Cancer, from here on is your own thoughts and limitations. So Leo, someone on your mind, time to get in touch, take something to the next level. You need to get serious about your wellness. Leos, you've been exhausting yourself. You've been pushing yourself. You've been ignoring your body's signals to say, I need more water, and you don't actually hydrate yourself, or you're on your legs too long, or you're not returning the communications or the emails, or you're ghosting somebody. So you've got the 8th house involved. So this is your shared assets, what the other person expects you to do to step up to the plate in a business deal. If you're dealing with a Leo, you need to listen to where they feel like that you're not following through with your promises and your words, because they're looking at that. So it's shared, the shared work, the shared bank, the government institution, how anything else is trying to determine what's a debit or a credit with you. But the biggest helping hand for Leos right now is going to be when Jupiter moves in On the 13th, it's going to leave your 7th house for 2 months and go into the 8th house and light up your psychic, your supernatural, your paranormal, your paranormal type of scenarios. You might see Bigfoot. You might see a legitimate orb or UFO, because there's a big yes answer coming from the spiritual, dynamic realms that are often invisible. So it's an excellent time, Leo, to do the refinance, look for a better rate on any existent contract or loan. Virgo. Okay, Virgo, you got to get ready for the next big thing. It's time for you to do a learning journey. So take the class, go to the contacts in the desert in February, plan now. And with Jupiter going into your 7th house, it's time to come and get your love. Mercury is slowing down this week, starting with today. And so you've got to bring your focus off of work so much and also look at the significant others. So you got to big up your love game. Virgo, you've gotten a little complacent. Sorry to be the one to tell you, but I'm a Scorpio with Aquarius. I can do that. So between now and July, you better appreciate who it is that you share your bed and your intimate comings and goings with, unintended. So in a nutshell, Jupiter's trying to either free you up from a bad relationship since 2009, give you the revelations of how to improve a relationship if it matters. Libra rising, Libra moon, Libra sun sign. So here's the bullet points I wrote for you. Deal or no deal? Work smarter, live freer. Small changes will bring big, huge benefits. So it's linking you up with some gold standard connections, communications, meetups, greetings. You're going to be a deal maker or a deal breaker if you don't keep your side of it with Libra. You know, you always got to balance if you're a Libra. It's really easy to procrastinate when you've got Sagittarius or Libra in your chart. So the points where you will not sell out over any price is what Libra has to focus on. You can compromise, you can mediate, you can be diplomatic and say, well, what is a win-win definition from you? Now let me give you my definition of a win-win contractual agreement with us. So that's going to be going on as you go into the new moon of June. So perhaps the message you received, Libra rising, growing up was, nice people don't make a fuss. Okay, so no matter what, you need to remember that you're not going to be prepared to sell your soul over anything. It's the sign of balance and compromise. But this new moon will hand you the discernment, the ability, and the skill sets to set that emotional scale straight. If they've swung too much in one direction, this week is going to bring you a replay of that reconnection or something from your past. So it could be reinventing yourself after you take that look backwards, then turn forward. But you got to do the work. If you're a Scorpio, I talked about that a little bit, you've got the love mojo right now if you're a Scorpio. If you're playing out the shadow part of Scorpio, then you're going to get complacent about how attractive you can be and how seductive you can be, and you're going to turn that into being self-entitled and very grabby, greedy. So if this plays out, Taurus is your opposite sign, Scorpio. So if you're sitting back on your heels going, hey, I won the job thing, I won the competition, that you're going to have a big fall. Humpty Dumpty's going to have a big fall, Scorpio, and it's you. If you don't realize that you may have thought that you won, but now you're getting lazy and now you're not paying attention to the prize. So Cupid has big plans, but it might be that it's not the person that you thought you had secured. And Scorpios could have a wandering eye right now. It could be that they really wanted to win somebody and win the competition, but now they really realize they're not interested in that person as much as they thought they would be. Back in January, February of this year. So love can be a many splendored thing, but with Jupiter going into Pisces, remember the past is enhancing the future. The best predictor of future behavior, Scorpio, is the past. So, you know, you could get yourself all caught up in a spider web and be not just the spider, but caught in the web. Yeah, so you got to be careful, Scorpio. In a nutshell, this is a new cycle of relating. So it's either big love or you're going to lose big. It could be that you're the relationship's biggest loser. Sagittarius, great time to get into the space of how you're living, your domicile, your harbor, your home. home and your family is where the journey begins. If you're a Sagittarius, there's something about a potential partner and past dynamics that Mercury retrograde is going to make you focus on to once and for all get over that little sand spur in your togetherness. You're going to have to adapt to some fresh habits and go the distance. You're going to be expanding your living arrangement somehow. And I feel like as Jupiter goes into your fourth house, younger Sagittarians may be wanting to add to their family, adopt a child, adopt a pet. Somehow it expands, or you hear about that in your family tribe. And if you're Sagittarius or Gemini, you're really wanting to get the hell out of town and travel. It's like you've got the travel B&B itch. It's like you're ready to get out of here because you feel stifled and you feel like that you've been too held back. So your beliefs with the South Node, Sagittarius, you may be questioning if your beliefs are serving you. But I would suggest to you, Sagittarius, if you don't feel God in your life or you don't feel the presence of the divine in your life, it wasn't the divine or it wasn't God that moved. You did. You shut down. Capricorn, 2 more signs, people. Can't leave out the last 3. They'll get mad. Capricorn, Earth sign, Taurus is very compatible with you and Virgo. You need to plant something now for your future. These are the seeds of change in your life garden. So you need to focus on how you can bring your A game and be a headline act. You need to give them out there, whoever they are, something to talk about. You've got to be more exciting with the delivery of your topic or your knowledge as a teacher and a student. I feel like that there's something around the middle of June that you really are going to be able to put yourself out there and actually experience a type of expansion as you get new fire, enthusiasm, and passion of Mars right now activating the sign of Cancer. So Capricorn right now, you're going to get irritated quicker with people in your life if they don't follow through on their word. So Mars is in Cancer. So right now, those that can have the biggest temper and yet turn it inward on themselves are Cancer, Capricorn. So with Jupiter going into your 3rd house of communication, podcasts, like Joe talks about, get yourself some swag and some merch, getting onto YouTube, figuring out if you want to be on Gab or Parler or Telegram or any of those kind of things. This is a good time for Capricorn to be looking at techno-social marketing. If you're an Aquarius, Jupiter is stepping out of your sign until July 28th, and it's moving into your make money, love the honey of the money flow sign of Pisces. So live life your way. It is a time for you to focus on the dollars. It is time for you to clean up the clutter in your life financially and plan better with your material assets because that's Jupiter's in Pisces right now. So you need to look at what do you want to invest in. And I would say this, Aquarius, what you might need to liquidate, what you might need to sell out, give away, barter, get creative with that, Aquarius. And I feel for Aquarius, there's something about your culture or your ancestral lineage that's been fascinating you for a while, and you're going to do something about it. Maybe you're going to adapt to some of those foods or seek that out more, get one of those crazy DNA kits. I think they lie about those, by the way. So there's something about your family tribe, your ancestry, your family Bible, something about that's going to come and give you an insight. And I feel that part of what's going on is what you can actually bank on in character. Who are the people in your life that you can bank on their character? Pisces, final sign. Oh my God, Jupiter's going in your sign. The only caveat, the only negative side of when the most fortunate planet goes into your sign is that you can tend to do too much of a good thing. So you can overindulge in food and put on some weight, especially sugary, carby things if you're a Pisces. You can drink too much and not realize that you're slipping into a habit and you're laughing all the time and you're forgetting things and you're not following through. And Pisces, it's so easy for you to zone out anyway. I do see this as Pisces being able to surf effectively their own personal wave of opportunity. I feel like that you're going to serve up your own brand of realness. Are you writing? Are you publishing? Are you starting the podcast? Pisces, Gemini, Sagittarius, Capricorn, that's strong for you. And what the world needs now is for you, Pisces, not to run and hide and run away and want to sleep more or be into escapism. It's time for you to make the gift with yourself of decision-making, knowing and committing to the best path to follow. for your overarching wellness. Be confident in your choices. As Jupiter goes into your sign, it's serving you up a platter of realness and how to really live large. So it's a time for a new kind of realness, not just fantasy and avoidance and pleasure-seeking, Pisces. You've got to come down to earth and get grounded with Jupiter going into your sign to bring you opportunities, but not if you're looking the other way or getting lazy about it. So if you've been accused of being out of touch, too stoned, too woo-woo, or a space cadet, this cycle is about to show you how grounded, how real, and in touch you are. And that's what's going to be your ultimate peace game. So that's the sign.
All right, so we'll take your calls when we come back. We're at the top of the hour with Mary Ducina. It's Cosmic Conditions. Call number is 1-800-588-0335. MaryDucina.com is the website. Make sure you go check it out. MaryDucina. MaryDucina.com. Stay with us.
Jose, a Northern California Piscean stuck in the Arizona desert. I'm a void walker, and I got the shoes to prove it. So what do I do when my soul yearns to delve deep into the realm of the unknown? I aim my satellite straight into the night sky and catch a smooth ride on the KTLK-DB radio waves. I tune into Lighting the Void with Joe Root on the Fringe FM.
Joe, Lighting the Void is the best show on the planet. This is Barney, your friend from Facebook. Thank you and all the crew for all you do. Namaste, my friend.
This is Macon from the foothills of North Carolina, and I am a void walker.
G'day, void walkers. This is Lily from down under Australia. The world may be small, the enigma is greater. So let your curiosity take you for a journey with Joe Root.
Hey, this is Fee, coming in from Central Maryland, and I am a void walker.
This is Kevin Doherty, a beginner void walker. I'm from Vancouver, BC. I know a little about a lot, and as Leonard Skinner said, I'll guess the rest. I learned a lot from Mr. Root in the show, and heard it from the beginning. I knew right then he was going to be a new art pal. Thanks for all your shows, and keep it up.
Hey, this is Derek from Mass, aka the Night Stalker, and I'm a void walker.
This is Mark from Chicago, and I walk the void to ascertain what is consciousness.
My name is Jared Johnson, and I'm from Humboldt County, California. I do not know all the answers to the questions about reality. I do not claim to know the ultimate truth about life. I seek that which has been made hidden as a part of a family of explorers of consciousness. I'm a void walker. Thanks, Joe Root.
This is Barbara Charlton from Metaphorical Archaeology. If you've ever had a traumatic paranormal experience, the effects of it may stay with you for years. Who do you talk to? You can't go to conventional help. What we do is we use emotional freedom techniques or tapping to actually neutralize the effects of that event. Maybe when you tell the story now, your heart races and your palms get sweaty. You don't even want to think about it because you don't know how to neutralize that. That's what EFT tapping does. It neutralizes those emotions. The circuit that was recorded on is gone. The energy flows freely and you're free of it. And that's what emotional freedom is all about. We offer this as a pro bono service, but this is something that I offer because no one, it seems, is helping people with these experiences. If you'd like to reach me, it's really easy. My cell phone is 214-995-3754. Please leave a message. I will get back to you as quickly as possible. Or you you can email me, barb.eft@gmail.com. And EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Techniques. Reach out to me. It's confidential. This works. You won't believe the results.
Have you heard of heavy metals? Yeah! I'm not talking about the heavy metals in the junkyard. I'm talking about the heavy metals that build up in your body. Heavy metals in your body can make you feel sluggish, fatigued, and just plain off. Why not try Life Change Tea at GetTheTea.com? Cleansing your body and making you feel great. Cleansing the inside of your body of intruders that sneak their way into you and set up an intruder camp. Life Change Tea helps remove unwanted intruder camps. Brew it, steep it, and drink in the results. Tastes great, so you can create a new health habit. Our tea loves to help people. It just needs the chance. So order yours today by logging on to GetTheTea.com. That's GetTheTea.com. Our Life Change Super Strength Tea is waiting. This could be a beautiful relationship. Take charge of your health. Order at GetTheTea.com. That's GetTheTea.com.
The Fringe FM isn't just a radio station. We also provide services for all your audio production needs. If you are interested in live radio or pre-recorded podcasts, we're here to help. We even do audio enhancements and voiceovers if needed. If you want to do a podcast or live radio show and even want the option to syndicate on terrestrial radio, from simple audio file enhancement to live production and call screening, we have you covered. We have worked with some of the best professionals in the business in order to provide coaching instruction for content creation, show structure, and more. Contact The Fringe Digital Media for more at info@thefringe.fm. That's info@thefringe.fm, or call 501-777-5631 for a consultation.
From the Kingdom of Arkansas, you are listening to Joe Root and Lighting the Void here on the Fringe FM.
Welcome back to Lighting the Void. It's Cosmic Conditions with Mary Ducina. Calling numbers 1-800-588-0335 if you want to get your free reading, and we'll just jump right on the phone lines because I know we got some people waiting here, and I know you're ready to do this too, aren't you, Mary? You ready?
Oh, I love it.
Always, right? You're always ready.
I love it. Yep. I come prepared, Joe. I come prepared.
All right, here we go. Let's start the show here. 727 area code. You're on the air with Mary Ducina. Who are we speaking with? 727 area code. You're on the air with Mary Ducina. Who are we speaking with? All right, we'll skip that one.
That's a shame. That's St. Pete, Tampa. That's my stomping ground.
501 area code. You're on the air with Mary Ducina. Who are we speaking with?
Hi, Joe. Hi, Mary. How are you?
Good. How are you? Who are we speaking with?
Sammy.
Hi,
Sorry.
Sammy.
Yeah, me again. Well, Mary, I have been away. I've been trying to heal myself and heal relationships. And in the meantime, my son is breaking my heart so bad. I just don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's Gemini stuff is forcing a lot of changes around you, but I'm telling you, hold on. You got 2 days. Not that the planets totally own our lives or anything. I don't believe that, but we are sentient beings. And when the sun comes out, we feel it on our face. When the breeze happens, We feel it in our hair. We feel the rain. So when a planetary shift happens as sentient beings in the heartbeat of the Earth Mother, as above, so below, it's been 12 long years since Jupiter has come in to bless with the Piscean energy. It is sacred. It is mystical. I feel like that it is an upgrade for you in your own sovereignty. I feel like that it's going to, where you felt weak and exhausted and just out of options, I feel like that a whole new vortex is opening up for you, and you don't even have to go to the ancient vortex of Peru or Sedona or, anywhere. I feel like that you are now the pyramid. You are now the Pisces pyramid, and it's like your own Kundalini is now rising. It's always hard for someone that's got a lot of Pisces in their chart to actually reject or feel like they're abandoning a cause or a person, because Pisces, of all the 12 celestial flavors, Pisces has a pronounced ancient knowing about being rejected, being abandoned, kicked to the curb, lied to, and betrayed. So for Pisces, it's ancient within their cellular structure, within the lineage of their soul walk, that they just don't ever want to be the one that stabs another person's heart or somehow is any kind of part of another person feeling wounded. Pisces takes all that incredibly personal because they have some kind of a soul walkabout memory of that being a rite of passage they had to go through at some point, and it's just raw and it's real for Pisces. Now, you got the Five of Cups, which is the Five of Hearts. And in most tarot decks, tonight I'm using the Giovanni Caselli Italian deck, 5 is the number of change. 2021 is a numerological 5-year. We're in the 5th month called May. And so you may find over May 14th or May 23rd when we have 5 days again. 1 and 4 is 5, 2 and 3 is 5. So May 5th, May 14th, May 23rd are going to be double fives, triple fives, actually, if you add in the fact that it's 2021. So the Five of Cups has come up. There's another 5 so it's the chaos of change, and yet the compassion, the courage, and the consequences of being able to not settle for less. Taurus, I'm not settling for less anymore, expecting to find my worthiness. So the Five of Cups is the Five of Hearts, and on the card, quickly, there are 5 golden chalices. 3 have spilled. The wine has spilled, the water, whatever was in it. There's a forlorn, cloaked figure that's focused on the 3 cups that spilled. Whatever the valuable contents were has been lost. It's actually baptizing the ground. But there's 2 golden chalices that remain. And when you've studied tarot for 35 years, you realize that the 2 of Cups on the card means that's your private dancer card, and the 2 of Cups is the kindred spirit soulmate card. So the 2 of Cups is the highest love vibration in the regular tarot teachings, because the Lover's card has duality. It has the duality of Gemini, but the 2 of Cups is where the yin and the yang give each other a chalice of courage and commitment, and that victory of vulnerability, saying, I thought I had hard times in the past, but they led me to you. So although you're going through resurrecting from a relationship, feeling exhausted, and having a lot of loss, and I can't rule out the word, some real emotional disappointment, I feel like that the rite of passion has happened, and I feel like that now that the storm at sea and the storm that you had to SEE has now come into your life. The hurricane has subsided. The tsunami and the tidal wave of, oh my God, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep my head above water financially and emotionally and psychologically. Why, Lord? Why, Lord? But I feel like that is a chapter in your life that had a season and a reason. The whole thing's going to alchemize and change. And even this relationship, as pitiful as it seems to be right now, or as angry or as infected or festering with infection that it seems to be on both sides of the table of how the wound has been opened up, I feel like that this, psychically, I feel like it had to be and I feel like that it's going to settle, and I feel like that you're both going to learn a lot of rich, valuable, character-building scenarios in the parting, in the separation, in the shifts and the changes of your knowingness of each other. But I do feel like within 6 months, it's not festering and horrible and how could you and how could I do that to my, all that's going to settle down by June. And I feel like that you're both going to turn your face forward, but the wind isn't against you. It's blowing you forward. It's like the wind is in your sails. It's not against you, pushing you back anymore. I feel like you were getting pushed back in the situation. Do you understand?
Yeah, I did. I really do.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Please call us back and let us know how you're doing. It's important.
Yeah, thanks for your call, Sammy. All right, so you guys, like, there's a couple of lines open if you want to call in. It's 1-800-588-0335. If you want to get a free reading from Mary Ducina. Here's the thing, too. If you can, turn your radio off, and please try not to use speakerphone because it feeds back and it's hard for the listeners. It hurts the listeners' ears, all right? So let's see, 713 area code. You're on the air with Mary Ducina. Who are we speaking with?
This is Russell.
What's up, Russell?
Hey, how are you, sir? How are you this evening?
Pretty good. You got a question for Mary?
No, sir. No, I just wanted to pull a card, see, what I get, I guess.
Right on.
I love it. I want my message from the mystic. I just want my message from the mystic. Okay. So what I got for you, Russell, I love it. What I got for you is the 7, which is known as the sacred empowerment number. You like 7 main planets and 7 days of our measured week, and 7's just a cool number. You've got the 7 of Pentacles, which is Earth, the way I've studied, and so the Pentacles are diamonds, and so the 7 of Pentacles is that there's a garden in this deck that I'm working with to give you the visual portrait. There's a garden, and the plants and the corn and the wheat has grown really high, and there's a masculine figure on the card. He's got his hands on his hips. He's looking at his established produce, what he has produced from the seeds of hope and faith. Like you don't plant a seed and keep digging it up every day to see if it broke the shell casing yet. You leave it alone. It's a process of faith in the embryonic soil of the Earth Mother. So then the seed breaks ground, but still it's got to survive, and with drought and water and sun, but the crops have grown lush. So there's something in your life that's established, that's very lush, that there's 6 of these golden coins, these diamonds, right up there on the stalk of the corn, like just right on top of each other. Then him, and he's standing on a golden pathway. Your totem right now is the rabbit or the hare. So you're able to move forward. Rabbits and hares are able to be very fast when they take off, like, the speeding rabbit versus the tortoise. And there's one coin that's levitating over on the right side of the card, which is the next vision quest, the exploration and the adventure. So where the other 6 coins of this 7 of coins, 7 of diamonds, 7 of earth pentacles are already established and being nutritious to the garden of life. So the things that you've already put a lot of effort, boots on the ground, and investment of time and money into, that's established. That's your established. I'm familiar with that. Those are my tangible assets in my material world. Now we have a supernatural vision of one coin is like, and then there's me. Now, when you have the 7 of Pentacles and only one coin is over to the right, which is your immediate future, that is equivalent to the Ace of Pentacles. That's one coin. So the Ace of Diamonds or the Ace of Pentacles is your luck card. The Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Diamonds are indicative of what is something as an add-on or new or of a special interest, or where you want to kind of dip your foot in the water and maybe do a sidebar or an additional type of creativity project that you're not thinking is going to be just a lot of money right away, that it's going to maybe involve some creative input from you, and it's going to ignite a new type of investment of passion for you. So there's some kind of new beginning, new opportunity. It's like you can dance with chance or you can turn it down, but it's there.
That's wonderful. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. My wife is doing some stuff, and we were talking about her venturing and starting a business, doing something, and I think I know exactly what you're talking about. So that's wonderful. Thank you very much, ma'am. I do appreciate it.
Thank you, and say hi to your wife.
You're welcome and thanks for calling in. All right, Russell. Always like it when he calls in. He's got a good attitude, little Russell.
I like his voice.
All right, so let's see, 509 area code. You're on the air with Mary Ducina. Who are you speaking with?
Hey guys, this is Chance. How are you?
Hey, what's up, Chance?
Hey, can you guys hear me? I'm at work. It might be pretty noisy.
Yeah, we can hear you. Do you have a question, or do you want her to pull you a card?
I just wanted to pull me a card, please.
Right on.
Thank you for your trust. Thank you. I love it when people do that. It's just like, I'm going to take what's meant to be. I don't have to control this or direct this. I'm just going to let it be. All right. One fell out from the two decks that I'm working with. One of them is the Wisdom Oracle, and it says, there's no place like home. And what we have is like a shepherd's hook. And sometimes we hang hummingbird feeders on those in the mountains. Sometimes we hang an outdoor candle when we're going to do some type of ceremonial work or just to light up the patio or the garden. But the house, it looks like a birdhouse, but the house is actually up in the sky. There's violet and blue. It's like twilight time. It's the time of day, which is called one of the tween times. And the number is 50. There's our 5 again. And the no place like home is that your first home is your soul, your spirit inside this earth temple. So your body is the home of the soul in the physical realm. And then your mind is almost like the frequencies and the vibrations that are going all over the place to form words and motivations and affirmations and intentions. And it summons the will or the fire of your personality to make chances and decisions and take action. Your other card is Judgment. Now in Judgment, in the regular tarot, it's a major triumph card. And here we have Archangel Gabriel. And so symbolically, artistically, a lot of times the image, the artistry on this card is the angel Gabriel has a golden trumpet. It's blasting the trumpet. There's the Christian flag of the white banner and the red cross, and people that were, as we say in the South, asleep in Jesus or awaiting the resurrection or the rising up from being in a state of sleep or not seeing things clearly until this point of ascension and resurrection. They hear Gabriel's trumpet, Gabriel's blast from the above world, from the heavenly dimensions and realms, and they're rising up. So something is an uprising in your life that is of a spiritual nature. There's going to be some kind of a divine presence. Maybe it's your sacred guardian angel comes and identifies a message or a presence to you. I feel like if you have a deep, heartfelt request or problem or issue, I would take that up to the sacred. I'll just give you an example. When I feel like something's a quagmire or I feel at a crossroads or stuck, I stop, I breathe in, because what we breathe in is mystical and sacred, and I simply say, Holy Ghost, breathe me. Holy Spirit, imbue me. Guardian angels, inform me, enlighten me. I give it up to Yeshua and the Christ. I give it up. So I don't need to control it. Instead, I'm going to do deep listening and allow my divine sources and presence to come gift me, because that's what it is. It's a gift. So do you understand that you may be seeking the deepest potential as far as if the path that you're on is actually congruent with what your heart and your soul are longing for right now?
Uh-oh. Let's see if we got them. Are they here? You there, Chance?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you now, brother. What do you think about that?
Okay. Yeah, that's perfect, Mary. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm at a crossroads right now, just trying to figure out relationships and everything else in between. So, no, that makes perfect sense.
Well, just let me suggest, whatever, go back to when you were a child and you were that little youth, that little boy, and whenever you got into a scary clown situation, because when we're children, we're innocent lambs and we're real primal. You know, we've got that primal hunter-gatherer. I don't want to do that. I don't care what you say, Mom or Dad. I don't want to go there. I don't like them. So go back to that, just like a puppy or a kitten. Go back to that, or a crow up in the tree assessing a situation. Where did you go within your primal self whenever something didn't feel right, and when it did feel right? We move toward what our intuition antenna is telling us, come this way. This is the way out of the garden. This is the way back to the house. This is the way out of the storm. So you've got to go back to your naturally God-gifted intuitive antenna. Go back to that. It's got your answer, and you'll have a knowing about it. You won't debate it at all.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your guys' time. I appreciate it.
Thanks for your call, brother.
Thank you.
All right, let's take one more, then we'll go to the break here before we get to the other callers. 954 area code, you're on the air with Mary Ducina. Who are you speaking with?
Chris.
Chris,
Yes, sir.
Do you want her to pull a card, or do you have a specific question? All right, a card. There you go.
Okay, this is interesting. As I was shuffling the cards, Chris, what I got was somewhere that she felt orphaned, somewhere where she felt like I wasn't seen, I wasn't heard, they didn't understand me, they didn't get it, they misinterpreted me, or for whatever reason that divine source didn't let me get seen in that particular venue or environment. And now what dropped out of the deck is the 2, so that gives you choice. The 2 of Pentacles. Again, we're in an Earth sign this month until the 20th, and here's the Earth suit in the regular cards or the tarot. So this is the 2 of Diamonds, and here we have the young adult part of you, regardless of your age. The young adult, like when we're in our 20s, in that 10-year block of 20 going to 30, and we're making a lot of courageous, adventurous life choices and decisions. And this 2 is saying that manna from heaven. So I feel like where once maybe you were passed over or not seen, or you didn't get the job, or they didn't really get you, like they don't get me, they just don't get me. And that happens in families, that happens with our parents. You know, there's the favored sibling, or we're the rejected one, whatever, or they're narcissistic. You finally just move past it. And so the 2 of Diamonds, or the 2 of Pentacles, is saying to you, 2 choices. There's a moving forward and 2 choices. I would also look at this as 2 weeks from now, there's that eclipse in Sagittarius, 5 degrees. 2 months from now, so we're on May 11th. 1 month is June 11th. 2 months is July 11th. We're going to have another solar eclipse before those 2 months are up on July 11th. I really feel right now that the details are coming together of your better options. So I don't see chaos for you. I see that you're in a planning stage for something that's a better version of your life, a better version of you. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you so
Well,
much, too.
Thanks for calling, Chris. Sounds like you nailed that one too, Mary. So, all right.
I love the score I got from Chance, Joe. I love the way Chance was like, perfect. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
I like that scorecard.
All right, callers, the ones that are waiting, we'll get to you as soon as we come back from the last break here. Then we have a line open here. If you want to call in, it's 1-800-588-0335. It's Cosmic Conditions. Time to get your free reading from Mary Ducina. If you want a full reading, though, and to become one of Mary's clients, which I highly recommend, you can go to her website at maryducina.com, MaryDucina, maryducina.com. The real deal Holyfield. No pun intended on the holy. Actually, pun intended, right? We'll be right back. I love you, Mary. you know that when you're on the road with limited data or no Wi-Fi available, you can still listen to every minute of The Fringe FM by calling 701-719-3971. No smartphone app or internet needed. Saves your data plan and no extra cost if you have unlimited minutes. Call 701-719-3971. That's 701-719-3971. Listen to The Fringe FM on any phone, anytime, anywhere.
AncientLifeOil.com. That's AncientLifeOil.com. Are you stressed? I mean, who isn't? Anxiety creeping in? No, not that. Is sleep hard to attain because your brain just won't slow down? We're living in crazy times, and the fear knob has been turned up. Okay, there's an answer. Take a big breath, exhale, and go log on to AncientLifeOil.com. CBD, broad and full spectrum, organic and non-GMO CBD for you to enjoy. Change your tune from fear to calm, from brain overload to clear thinking. 0.003 THC on full spectrum and 0% THC on broad spectrum. Competitive pricing with the best quality. Also know everything is going to get better. No worries, be happy. CBD can help calm so your nerves don't think they're a 6-string electric guitar. Enjoy life, smile, and log on to AncientLifeOil.com for great CBD. That's AncientLifeOil.com. You'll be glad you did.
Want to know what's on The Fringe FM? Check out our schedule at thefringe.fm.
Hola, Fringe listeners. This is Dave Cruz of Beyond the Strange, and you're listening to The Fringe FM.
This is Malorcas45, fan of the Fringe FM, challenging everyone to open their mind's eye. Listen to Lighting the Void with Joe Roop to gain precision for your third eye vision.
My name is Jake. I'm from Billings, Montana, and I am a Void Walker.
Hey, Joe Roop. Thanks for lighting the void. This is Janine in the bluegrass of Kentucky, and I am a Void Walker.
What's up, guys? This is Damien from San Marcos, Texas, and I'm a Void Walker. I listen to the show to keep myself aligned with the world.
Hi, this is Laura, aka Laura Lavender. I'm from Las Vegas, and I listen to Lighting the Void because it helps me understand some of the strangest experiences I've had. So thanks for all that you do and for always being there for us, Joe.
Hi, this is Kronox from Belgium, and you're listening to Lighting the Void with Joe Roop.
Hey, this is country music singer and Void Walker Jason Benoit, and when I need my fix on the world of magic and the capabilities of the human consciousness, I listen to Joe Roop right here on Lighting the Void Radio.
Born out of the alchemical tradition of Paracelsus is a medical tradition called Spagyria. Though not many people practice this work today, Phoenix Aurelius has been researching and teaching this work for the last 15 years, and he needs your support.
Hi, I'm Phoenix Aurelius, and I'm the founder of the Phoenix Aurelius Research Society, where I perform modern scientific research on the methods and techniques of Paracelsian alchemy and Spagyria for health, wellness, agriculture, ecology, and more. All my work is 100% funded by the public, so if you like what I'm doing and you want to support my research, please consider making a purchase of spagyric medicines from my apothecary, fund your own spagyric IDF wellness research, or participate in my group study or one-on-one immersion courses so that you can learn how to perform this work for yourself. I want to thank you in advance for your support.
Visit thefringe.fm/alchemy research and enter coupon code FRINGE and receive 15% off anything and everything on the website. That's thefringe.fm/alchemy research. And thank you for doing your part and keeping alchemy alive in the modern day. All right, welcome back to Lighting the Void. It's Cosmic Conditions. We're at the last segment of the show. Get your calls in now to talk to Mary. It's 1-800-588-0335. That is toll free from the United States or Canada. So Mary's here with us. Mary, you ready to get the show back on the road? Go back down the line here.
Yep. I am, but my guides just told me something, and I'm always the first and last to know. They told me they want to start something new, that if by chance, if by fate, that the callers get one of the main tarot cards for this month's Essence, that they actually win a half an hour phone reading with me. So if my guide said I got to do it, I got to do it. So again, and I believe me, my hand to God, I would not ever, rig the deck or not do it. But so if someone gets, I'm stating it now, if someone gets the Hierophant, the Justice card, or the Empress, then that would be the winner. If it's meant to be. But each month we need to start that. I'll tell you what the tarot card is, and then if it comes up, bada boom, bada bing.
Oh, sounds fun. All right.
Okay.
Let's go to back down the line here again. 540 area code. You're on the air with Mary Ducina. Who are you speaking with?
Hey, Joe. It's Michael. Mary, thank you for being here tonight. I have a very specific question. It has to do with abductions, ET, dimensional beings. I just went through kind of a major ordeal. And my question is, have they got their end product from me? They're finished with me? Have they left the building? Are they gone? I'm in the middle of a major spiritual reboot. They just sort of dropped me. It's like, things are, it's sort of like being on Earth for the first time. Or am I getting a second wind? Is this going to pick up again?
Oh, interesting.
The card that you've got is the Sun, and I'm going to give you the answer to your question intuitively. So I'm getting psychically that although you're stating you're in a major reboot right now, I'm getting that when you were like 8 or 9 years old, there was a visitation. There was an appearance in a dream, or there was something that maybe is buried in the subconscious, that this reboot and reset is going to actually bring up the remembrance of that, the benefits of that. To answer your question, I feel like that they are, air quote, done with you. I feel like that you were accelerated, and I feel like that you were literally, it's almost as if I were to lay crystals all around a medicine wheel circle. And like I always do when I do ceremony live with people, I smudge them and then I say, go take your place on the wheel, on the sacred hoop where you want to go. And then I interpret for them what it means that they went that direction. With you, I see that you've been accelerated, and you now on the sacred hoop on the medicine wheel, you are sitting in the north direction. So a big piece of this is white buffalo, is the totem, is your elders and your ancestors. And I got to tell you, I get a really strong feeling with you that you're a starseed, that there's something about the star systems and other galactic type of energies that are now being, I don't think it's new, Michael. I think it's being reawakened. I believe that there's something to do with your ancientness is connected with, and it'll be more information for you if you look up the meanings and legends of certain constellations that you've always been fascinated by. Get that free app on your phone where you can just take the phone and scan it across the sky, and it tells you what the constellations are. But look at the sky first before you put that phone up there with that sky app, and see which star you're drawn to. Then put your phone up there and then go research that. But you feel really strong with Orion, really strong. And I don't think that the UFO or the space connection or the star beings is new with you at all.
8 or 9 years old, I woke up and saw.
Go ahead. Tell your story.
I can hear you.
Oh, because 8 or 9 years old, I saw a gray in my bedroom. I woke up and saw a gray in my bedroom.
Yeah, I could feel it.
So, yeah. And Orion's perfectly right. I've always been attracted to Orion.
Have you researched it, Michael?
So,
have you looked at the leads in it? Okay, I want you to do that. Now, the bad part or the odd part or the scary clown part of what went on that I saw when you were 8 or 9 years old, that's gone. Instead, they're not going to come back and try to take seed or try to do nasty ass things with you. But I feel like that because all of a sudden you got awakened and now you're in charge. So I feel like it's the benefits now rather than the oddity.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of this just ended about a week and a half ago.
I bet.
It's like they're just gone. They vacated. So, all right then. Thank you so much, Mary. Appreciate that very much.
Thanks for calling.
I'm glad you got through.
All right, let's see. 406 area code. You're on the air with Mary Ducina. Who are you speaking with?
Hi, Mary Jill. This is Catalina.
Hey, Kat.
Catalina, how are you?
So, Mary,
doing?
I'm really happy. Oh, it was a very bad, rough day today. My best friend and companion for 8 years, my dog, passed away, and before she left, I told her she was going to go to heaven and that, we're going to meet again and that I would light a candle for her and that I loved her very much. So I just wanted to know if she's okay, if she crossed over, and I told her she could come visit me in the spirit, so I wanted to know if she's going to do that as well.
Two things I got right away. I like the feel of her fur. Something feels like very soft. I'm feeling like really soft fur, and I'm going to her throat and her breathing. And what I'm hearing is I was just tired. I was just tired of the body. I have a paw print in both worlds. I'm not gone. I just had to get out of that vehicle. I just had to get out of that body. I absolutely never wanted to leave you. I've not left you. You are not over-attached. You are not codependent to me. But because you were strong enough to let me be released from my earth vehicle, I now am your main medicine totem animal guide. And I'm real drawn to the shape of the back legs. Tell me about her back legs. Or is it a her?
Yes. Well, she did have very muscular hind legs. Then, she got real sick and lost all of her muscles. But she once had really muscular back legs.
Yeah. Well, she's running. She's like running all over the place. What she shows me is that you're going to be like just sitting in a chair or sitting on the couch, and all of a sudden you're going to be like, what was that in my peripheral vision? Like I just saw her, but I feel like you're going to smell her in a good way, and you're going to be like so exhausted and tired over the next 3 days. I feel like she really wants to get back to you and give you tangible, tactile evidence that she's there. So it's going to be through smell. I keep feeling this soft hair, like there's a certain way. I like the way that fur feels on her. So maybe it's when she was a puppy, there was something about the way you rubbed her, where you rubbed her. It's like I'm on her upper shoulder when she was laying on her side, and she gave you this look. I can see this kind of hypnotic side look to where the whole universe was in her eyes looking at you. Do you understand that?
Absolutely. Yeah, she used to jump up in my bed in the morning and bang on the shutters to open them up, and then we'd have our conversations in the morning, and I'd look at her right in the eyes. So absolutely, I hear what you're saying. So I'll pay attention the next 3 days.
And she's right there. She's right there. She just keeps saying, say it again, say it again. I just now have a paw print in both worlds, and I can deliver very specific messages to my earth mommy now because I can see a little further for her now, and she's going to be a messenger to bring it back.
Oh, great. And I'll remember that she's my totem, too, when I do some shamanic journeys. So thank you for that.
Absolutely. She is in your medicine bag, and it lives and floats and orbits around your heart.
Fantastic.
And she thanks you. Yeah.
Thanks for calling, Kat. And
God bless.
Yeah, sorry to hear about that. That's sad, but it's cool. She's still here, so I kind of think sometimes. Do you think like sometimes that's what pets are for? Like I haven't had a pet in a long time, but they're just here, like they're some kind of spirit guide, so to speak.
There absolutely are. To know a medicine, to really know a medicine, you have to take it. You have to take it. So even when it's a shadow or a light type of a medicine or a plant medicine or flower power or our animals, I truly get the Wicca earth medicine thing of animals being familiars, and the native peoples, the First Nation peoples, knowing that animal is a walk beside you guide on the earth path, but that it travels with your soul journey. Like it chooses to come to you, even if it's a stray, it's the one you adopt, it's the one you foster or slide. Yeah, no, it's absolutely your medicine bag. Yeah.
All right, cool.
And then there's the big ones, like your cat. Wait till you see how much your cat has missed you. I know your dad likes your cat, but you just wait until that cat sees his Joe.
Oh, Leo? Yeah, I miss Leo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
all right.
coming, Leo.
All right, let's go back down the line. We still got a couple of lines open. I'm gonna take as many calls as we can until time. We got 15 minutes here, so let's see. It's 1-800-588-0335. By the way, 732 area code. You're on the air with Mary Ducina. Who are you speaking with?
Hi, this is Patricia Patty. I'd spoken to Mary, I guess, about 2 months ago. And ironically, you said, I see you should have some kind of a key and maybe hang it around your neck or put it in your pocket. Well, I lost my key. It cost me $180 to lock myself out, not once but twice. So you were literally right about the key, and I had never done it except once in my life before while camping on the top of a mountain. So, Mary, you got your visual perfect.
Wow.
Well, I'm going to pray, Patty, I'm going to pray that $180 comes back to you tenfold. That's what I'm going to pray. Wow.
Thank you. But after it happened, I was thinking, oh, my gosh, I should have taken Mary literally. I'm still at the crossroads of what to do with my house and what to get out, trying to get out of here, and I'm just up in the air about everything. If you could pull a card, that'd be great.
Well, it's interesting that there was a key, then you lost your key, and we have to use keys to get in our cars and get in our houses usually, you know what I mean, or a trunk or things like that. So the key disappeared and decided to play hide and seek with you. And then the term you used tonight was, I'm up in the air about my house. So the key manifested back after you had to spend some coin, earthy. Let me see what card you get. Okay, so you got the Seven of Swords, and he's literally, this is interesting, the Seven of Swords, that's the Seven of Air, the way I learned them. I'm not saying I'm the expert, but the way I learned them, there is a violet flag that's flying on top of like a Middle Eastern tent, or maybe a circus caravan type of tent. You know how they cast those round-shaped tents? And the Seven of Swords is there's someone that is sneaking out of the back side of the curtain of that tent, sneaking out with 7 swords that he knows aren't all his. So it looks to me like there might be something yet to cleanse or clear about what was bumpy or what was a bit of trepidation or a personal life storm that you don't feel like someone was fair or equitable or balanced in the main reason of where you live in that home or in that city and in that town, because this is somebody trying to do something to sneak out the back door. Did you find your key in the house, out the back door? I mean, there's something here, but there's something, I don't see the bow tied up yet until maybe July. The 7 is the month of July. Now, make notes when you get off the call, 7 days from now and July. So look at June 7th, look at July and July 7th. That might be what puts the bow on the experience and you're actually moving forward.
Well, thank you very much, Mary, and I am writing this down, and I will take that into account. You're so awesome. I don't even know what to say. You're just so brilliant, and I'm glad that you're doing all this for all the people who are calling in. And thank you, Joe.
Oh, you're welcome. And yeah, I think Mary's spot on with all this stuff too. And you have a good night, Patricia.
It's nice to be appreciated when you're showing up and doing this for knocking at the door of 3 years pro bono every month, to help, of course, boost the Fringe FM and Lighting the Void, Captain Joe. So I do appreciate it, callers, that you acknowledge that on Joe and I, on our time zone, yeah, we're doing this from midnight to 2 a.m. in the morning, and that's pretty freaking dedicated to do live readings and Joe to be up with me too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun though, right? So,
I love it.
Let's see, 720 area code. You're on the air with Mary Ducina. Who are you speaking with? 720 area code. That's you. Okay. 502 area code. You're on the air with Mary Ducina. Who are you speaking with?
Oh, hey, this is Annie of Leanne.
Hey, Annie. Is this the first time you called into the show?
It is. Yeah, it's my first time.
Awesome. First time caller. Gotta love it. All right. So, do you have a specific question for Mary, or do you want her to pull a card?
No, just pull a card.
Okay.
Number one, thank you for your trust. And number two, thank you for getting over any kind of jitters to call into the show. You know Joe is great. Okay, again, Pentacles. Now you got the prince or the princess or the page, as they call it, of Earth, of Pentacles. And this is like the court jester. So you love humor, you love comedy, you love a relationship that can make you laugh and forget about whatever's been irritating or stressful in your world. And maybe you're also very funny and you're able to light up the room when you come in with your own specific flow. But I feel like that, again, we have a garden, but everything's planted and everything's coming up, and this is a big garden. So I feel like that there's something that you're getting to be more of an expert. You're getting to be more of a dedicated disciple or very disciplined about how you have implemented your life garden and planted the seeds of change. And so obviously this is such a big garden in this particular tarot deck, and every little green plant's coming up. It looks like little bitty artichokes everywhere that are coming up in this golden field. And the princess, the page, the Prince of Pentacles is holding a singular golden coin. So you're on the threshold or the beginning of something that is a very positive game changer. I like what's coming into your world. There's some things that I feel that are going to brighten up your world that are coming in within 4 weeks. I really get a good feeling about this, and it could be very intimate and personal, that as you kind of open up in your mind and then quietly, silently, privately in your heart, that you're ready for someone to be more in touch with you, that you're ready for someone to flirt with you and make you laugh, then that might be something that you really let them know. Let them hear your laugh. Let them feel how much it uplifts you to be able for them to, lift up your spirits and make you laugh. You really need that. Laughter is the best medicine for you. Do you know that already?
Yes, ma'am, I do. Yes.
So listen to her laugh. She's got a good laugh. Some people have a really great kind of, some people have a twinkle in their eye. You've got a twinkle in your laugh. So I think that you need to, it's a gift, and I think you need to expand on that. So maybe you're going to enjoy your significant other, if you're not attached, finding them with the comedy club or going out to comedy venues. That's where I'd be going. That'd be my hunting ground. Number one, you already win because you're going to laugh. Number two, you would lighten up your friend or whoever you go with to have an evening that's uplifting. And laughter will, it opens up a conversation pretty quick when you're sitting somewhere when somebody's funny, So I think you need to invest in comedy and laughter.
All right. Sounds great. Thank you, Mary. I really appreciate it.
Well, thanks for your call.
Thank you for call.
Yeah. All right. 1-800-588-0335. May have time for one more call here. Let's see. 720 area code. You're on the air with Mary Ducina. Who are you speaking with?
Me, Ryan. UK.
I'm sorry?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Is it Rohan?
Yeah, Rohan. Yeah. I wasn't sure because sometimes my mic don't come through.
Yeah, dude. It's
I just wanted to.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, cool, man. Yeah, I just want to say thanks. Yeah, the dedication. Yeah, just the card. Yeah, and I just want to say thanks. Yeah, early hours at morning doing this. It's not. Yeah, it's dedicated. So yeah, just whip the card out for me. That'd be great. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you for your Ooh, you got the Hierophant. You won. You won. You got one of the, I don't know if you heard that part of when we came back from the break, that if someone got the Hierophant, Justice, or the Empress card, that they win a pro bono free phone reading with me for 30 minutes. So
Congrats.
they'll give you my information in my email. So, okay, you got the Hierophant. Did you hear me?
Yeah, he can hear you. Just because you just got to let her finish talking before you jump in, Rohan. But
Okay, so I feel that and Joe will give you all my information. With the Hierophant, this is one of the cards of Taurus, and I feel with you, Rohan, that you're deciding to break with something that's either been culturally traditional or part of what was your foundation of growing up has served its purpose. And I feel it feels really strong for 2022 that you literally might be changing residence. I feel like that something that's been in the back of your mind or something that you've wondered, is this just a dream? Can this happen? But I feel like that you're literally like shedding an old skin as you come into the new year of 2022. And it may not take that long, but it feels like that you might find the western part of the United States either for a trip or an excursion, or that may be one of the areas that you initially check out moving into. I don't know if it's Texas or the Four Corners area, but there's something around that actual vortex that's going to be fascinating to you. You're just going to be so into how much it's different than what you either were, where you were born or where you were raised. But I feel like that's not just some pie in the sky dream of yours. I feel like it's there. It's coming. Like you're a magician manifesting that. It's not a pipe dream. I feel like that the second half of this year, that's being put into motion. Like it's like you're making plans.
Yeah. Sounds familiar, Rohan? Does it sound familiar?
Yeah, exactly. Very, very familiar. I've been talking about it in private with people, and for some reason, I know that June is when I kick off. Do you know what I mean? So, do you know what I'm saying? It's really weird. And when I called in earlier to get in the list on the first break, and we're waiting on the phone the whole time, and while I've been waiting and listening, I just know that I was going to get that card as soon as you said it. I don't know why. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. I'm new to this stuff. So I'm new to intuition business.
You got it. And what's weird, what's even weirder, let's piggyback onto that, Joe and Rohan. What's weird is you got, of all the three cards, because Venus rules Libra and Taurus, so we had the Empress, and then we had the Hierophant, and then we had the Libra card of Justice, you got the one for Taurus. So you, of all three, you got the one that actually is associated in the major triumphs of the tarot. You got the one that has to do with Taurus the bull and tradition. So this is, and bulls are work animals, and cows provide like dairy besides the meat that they provide. So this is like meat and potatoes time for you. Like this is like, you're going to see that you literally do need to be a bit aware of your thoughts and your self-talk, because you're literally bringing things into manifestation. You're the one that just told Joe and I had a feeling, I just knew, I had a knowing. I just knew I was going to win the card. And you did.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what? I've never won anything as well, funnily enough. So there you
go. You've never won anything?
Well, no, never. You have. Well, now you have. You definitely won. So congratulations, brother. Yeah.
Mary? I love it. Joe, just give them my information, and Rohan, you can email me, and we'll set up a time.
Mary, we only got a couple of minutes here left. Thanks for calling, brother. And the phone lines are now shut down. But you got any last words you want to say to everybody about the energies tonight?
I'm going to teach, as we go into the end of our second year, getting ready to go into the summer of our third year, I want to start another feature where we call it red light, green light days. So like the best days, I like to start with the best days. But if there's a red light day, I want you to promise, Void Walkers, that you don't see that as a bad day, or Joe or anybody else. But a red light day is simply like a red light. You need to stop, look both directions, breathe, pause before you go ahead. So we got a red light day that's going to happen on the 23rd of May. Saturn's going to retrograde. And then what's going to happen with that is that Venus is going to square Neptune between the 25th and the 27th of May. So although that eclipse is a supermoon closer to Earth and a blood moon and a total lunar eclipse, you're going to be feeling intense feelings. So go ahead and tell your dreams and your meditations to send forth protections and opulence and prosperity to that time frame, the 23rd through the 27th of May, and tell your guides thank you for shielding and prospering you from any annoying manifestations, and work now at this new moon to manifest and to ask your guides, what is it that I need to see now that's going to be rich for me, going to let me have a knowing about my worthiness, and what path should I invest in? That's Taurus.
Sounds good. Thank you for doing this again, Mary. It was a really good show. You nailed all the calls for sure, and we'll do it again on the new moon. Hopefully next time I'll be in a different broadcasting area, I think, but it'll be a whole nother energy, right? So.
Oh, yeah, and we'll be on different time zones then.
Right, yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I thought about that too. So I don't have to do this at midnight anymore.
You have to add mountain time, because I think there's mountain time before you get to Pacific time. So I think you're going to be, instead of 3 hours, I think you're going to be 2 hours if you're on mountain time. When I took all those trips out to Sedona and Santa Fe, pretty sure it was 2 hours, but double check it.
Will do. You guys stay tuned for the Secret Teachings with Ryan Gable. We'll be back tomorrow night, same time, same channel, right here on the Fringe FM. You guys have a good night. Sweet dreams.
God bless.